There is a podcast about an island in the North Atlantic where people have been looking for an incredible treasure for more than 200 years.
Hello and welcome back to Could It Be?
An Oak Island podcast.
We are your hosts, Deidre and Dustin White.
Hello. Hey.
It's Oak Island Day.
Yeah, we have such an amazing night planned. Yes, today is the premiere of The Curse of Oak Island season 9, and we have some amazing guests on with us today. As you can see, we have Laird Niven, archaeologist. We have surveyor Steve Guptill and Jack of all trades. Well, he's not Jack, but
he's a Scott of all trades.
He's a Scott of all trades. We have Scott Barlow in the house. What's up, guys? Welcome to pregame for the first episode of season 9.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for coming back.
That's true. It could have been such a bad experience that you were like, that's going to be a hard pass for me.
No. We just want to say thanks so much for being here. We are going to pull up questions from our viewers and listeners, and let's start doing it. All right.
Yeah,
so
sorry, I was just doing the share that I needed to.
Oh, yeah,
People
of
are
course.
freaking out. I'd like to point out because Scott is a bonus tonight.
yeah, we didn't know that Scott was going to be here, so I'm excited.
He's a surprise. It's always a good surprise.
Yeah, so thanks for being here. All right, so I'm pulling up the questions I have already, but feel free to ask some questions in the chat, and we will get to them. And we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. So let me pull up what I've got. And first question I had was from Becky Davis. She was so curious about the war room and how often do you guys do those war room meetings? Is that like you do it every day? Is it every other day? Is it once a week?
It varies widely. It does. Especially, it varies with the weather. So, rainy day, you end up with a day full of war rooms.
I guess that makes sense.
That sounds very fair weather treasure hunter.
Not to say we don't work in the rain.
Oh.
Well, we see it awfully muddy there, so we expect the rain is heavy sometimes, and you know what better to do than go seek out the shelter in the war room and talk about all the things you've discovered or whatever, everything you're looking for.
Well, I would think there are, I don't know, 3 to 6 war rooms.
Oh yeah, one a day. I'd say one a day is a good
On average. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
It depends on what we have to discuss, whether it's fines or what's coming up for work or planning, whatnot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I imagined it was less often. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it would maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. So that's cool.
Let's see here. What do we have in the chat? So, Susan, let's see here. She wants to know if there was a big find this season, ... as big as the lead cross.
Ooh, what can you guys say about that?
Tune in.
Dang, we got to try though. I mean, like, come on. Can't hurt a girl for trying here. Let's see here.
Yeah, so I've got another question here from our good friend Boki Lee. So can each of you say something that's not one of your sayings, such as we need to hear somebody say it's a Bobby Dazzler, or we need to hear somebody say top pocket find, or like maybe one of the Terryisms. They're everywhere. Bingo.
Kaboom, kaboom. I see that one all the time. If you want to see Terry Matheson Twitch, you say kaboom when he's next to you. I do it all the time. It will never air, but I do to get under its skin.
If you want to see Steve Guptill Twitch, say, today's the day we make history.
There just that a few times for me. That was funny.
Kaboom.
That sounds really fun.
I played that on the Atari a lot growing up.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. That was my favorite.
Very fun. Also, Boki suggested that he wanted us to go out into our own driveway and find some artifacts and hold them up to the camera so that Laird can tell us what they are
or what they aren't.
And it's mostly a joke about Steve because, he finds lots of rocks, and we have a lot of rocks in our driveway.
He can identify those.
Steve finds more rocks than anybody else.
That's what we're thinking too. Like, that's what we see on TV. So
Is that like the 2000 fines?
Oh no, you got to see him on the wash plant. His hands are just going.
It's awful. Listen,
what's this? Is this a rock? What is this?
It's wet and shiny. It's a rock. I take it off the table if it's wet and shiny. And then I usually, negative Niven here usually busts me. So.
yeah, we hear a lot about Laird always crushing everybody's dreams.
Mhm.
This is a piece of the Bible. No, it's not, Steve. It's Teresa Park.
It's a piece of
Oh,
That's-
that was a good day on the island. When I got the whole island stopped, and then Laird crushed my soul. That actually aired.
Did it really?
Yep. Sure.
Well, it ended up, I don't know. He ended up finding a piece of Columbus's shoe, and he was
Who
pretty.
was that? Was that Alex? Alex found the heel to the shoe.
I think so, and I think Steve's dated to it, but he was sure it was a
And of 8B.
manuscript or something, and Laird's like, that's a no.
Fine.
Book binding.
We have an even more significant footwear find this year.
Ooh.
I'm guessing right now, Roman.
I'm going Dave's shoe.
Sandal. No. So Steve, earlier today you posted something kind of intriguing on Facebook. It
Oh,
says,
I missed that.
yeah, this year we went deeper. We had bigger and better technology, scientific research that leads to
Silver and
and ...
your guess is as good as mine.
That's not true. You were there. Don't even.
You'll find out tonight.
Oh, we're gonna find it out tonight. We're gonna have to wait for this
I'm
one.
going to hold you to that.
I think you're going to find it a lot tonight. Drilling down, I think the episode is the one that we did, the technology one.
Mm.
That's going to be interesting too. You should tune into the drilling down tonight. That's going to be just as revealing, I think, as the first episode of the Chris Go Back.
Awesome.
Oh, of course, we're not going to miss a drilling down, a Maddie Blake special. Like, come
I
on.
love the Maddie Blake specials. Yeah, so it's called Going for the Gold tonight.
Silver and gold.
I guess we might see.
Could it be?
Could it be?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah. So,
What else we got?
yeah. So, one of our listeners, Janet Scorza, she has a question. Who does everybody's laundry?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys have to take that home and like wash it all up yourselves? Or we know that you kind of have like multiple sets of clothes. I mean, Jack has like 10 shirts that are all the same, right?
They want us to wear the same clothes as often as you can, sort of continuity, so they can go from one day to the next seamlessly.
but
Doug's
like, yeah.
Doug put a washing machine last year. He tends to get a little dirtier than a lot. You just don't see that much on camera.
But like, Rick wears white pants,
So is Gary.
and so does Gary. I don't understand how they come clean.
Gary doesn't get
Gary.
dirty.
Here, yeah, Rick,
Gary doesn't get dirty.
that's right.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Still breaks a lot. So
He doesn't?
Yeah, we all do our own laundry. We all have washers and dryers in our places.
That's cool.
You don't wash them in the
I guess.
river
Makes sense.
down by the bayou.
sometimes we hose off before we go home.
You have to hose Jack off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hoses himself off, but he misses and gets it all over his head and looks like a creature from the swamp, like literally.
Seriously.
Hey,
Oh, that's hilarious.
yeah. So
I kind of like Boki's idea.
what's that? Pull it up.
So he thinks that Steve and Laird should arm wrestle Scott.
No, I'll concede that.
I wouldn't. I'd be Scott alone.
No, 2-on-1.
Prove it. Prove it.
That's funny.
We'll take a picture tomorrow.
All right. So
Yeah.
from one of our listeners, Tara Lorraine, she would like to hear a story of funny things from the fellowship in the coming season. Not anything that will like tell us too much, but you have a favorite joke or, Anything really funny?
I'm gonna say it.
Oh, there must be something pretty good.
I'm writing a book called Shit Steve Guptill Says.
It's not really fit for TV.
It's not really.
Well, that's entertaining. Can you give us maybe an excerpt?
What's the first chapter called?
Sorry?
What's the first chapter of the book called?
Well, I haven't got the chapter part. We're just compiling the data right now.
Okay.
Compiling the data. I'm sure it's a healthy spreadsheet. Love me a good spreadsheet.
Data. We have a lot.
Oh my gosh. You actually have.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The best thing that would ever happen to anybody is to be a fly on the wall in the research center at lunchtime. Your life would never be the same after.
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be amazing. Could we wait, there's a dog on the island. Could we GoPro him and I'm just saying.
Oh, my hat makes me sexy.
Ooh, okay. Oh, rumor has it the makeup trailer didn't show up this year. So
Nope. That's on all of us all year long.
Yep.
We don't get our faces powdered anymore.
No, you're the only one that went for that.
That's true. I was the only one that signed up for that.
oh dear.
When you can, just hear those.
Crickets is done.
He says, a happy soul hums. The Bible says so.
I have no idea if that's true, so don't quote the Bible. That's just a quote from me.
I have a very romantic voice in my head.
In my head. So I was told that I have a squeaky voice on camera, but in my head I sound very romantic.
That's a good one. That's good. That's fun.
I
I
need
like
this
telling stories. It's part of my charm.
I think you have a nice voice, Steve.
I like
That out there.
this is a good one. I have very quick hands like a cat.
For some reason, Jack like that. I think that's one of my words.
That one made the wall in the research center.
for Rock.
The cocaine of the gods.
We need to make something.
I'm passing over a lot of them.
Something like inspirational quotes from Steve Guptill.
That's great. We can do them in cursive with floral backgrounds, and then it's a quote a week.
A quote a week. They get about 7 a day from me.
Oh yeah.
I make scenes sexy with my words.
Where do these things come up? I don't understand how you come up with all these.
You don't understand what gets said on the island. It's quite a circus.
Oh, I believe that.
Oh, they got a lot of time to fill every day.
It's become a thing now. Everybody takes notes and then pass them to Laird to compile them.
Oh my gosh.
Sure.
So this could really get published. I don't know about publishing. I'm just saying.
1% of what could be said publicly.
Oh, fine. It could be a History Channel exclusive. They're always looking for some
They didn't play this on TV.
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. We got some good ones from Steve. What about, Steve, can you throw them under the bus? Did Laird say anything hilarious?
Can't do it.
They're not funny.
Oh man, burn.
There's the quote from Steve. They're not funny.
The hot spot at lunchtime is the research center because we have so much fun. It's everybody, right? We feed into it. Charles thinks we're all hilarious. He laughs at everything.
The beauty is Steve doesn't really get sarcasm. So we kind of go at him like that.
And that's what pulls the comments in.
That sounds like fun. That's good.
Everybody's supposed to just stay in their own area kind of thing in the lunchtime. Give everybody some space. Because the research center has got myself, Steve, and Doug. But there's a dozen people or more in there.
We all ignore that.
Because
We have a good time.
Because they're not funny.
Eating under the lunch tent is not the same.
And he says that one of his top quotes is, "I'm effing hilarious."
That feels like a cursive with a nice mountain scene.
Bro, I feel the same way. I think I'm the funniest person I know.
He's really
so
not
I
funny at all.
No, I get it.
This is what I tell people. And I'm told I'm not funny either, but it's okay.
No, I'm the funny one here. Let's see here. What do I have? Did you have any in there?
Yep,
I
I
haven't
do.
been paying attention to the chat well enough, and I really should.
All right. Well, how about the Awoken one from YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
A sneaky question that says, I have a sneaky question to find out if there's Fellowship has found anything or not. So, will there be a season 10 of the Curse of Oak Island? Ha ha ha.
It's got her own.
Well,
Did they just freeze? No.
Oh,
there'll be
they
a season
froze.
10.
We didn't know there'd be a season 9.
That's right. We don't find out a year in advance or anything like that. So
So you take it day by day?
Of course.
more or less.
Very cool.
Season 9 was 2 weeks before, I think.
Mine
Oh
was
my goodness.
3 days before.
Yeah, I got a call the day of. So
Yeah.
we know we don't really get much time to prep.
All will be revealed.
Seems like some of the crucial players on this journey need to have a little more
I mean, they
advanced
need
notice.
adequate packing time. Like, I
Right.
mean,
I was told asked on Friday night if I could be there for Sunday.
And you
okay, so you kind of live like a secret agent. You always have a go bag. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
I had to go boat.
were.
I pulled the boat out of the building, we threw everything in it, loaded the truck, and ran.
That's very 007 of you to, show up with a boat.
You never know when you need to make your escape.
That's right.
Smart.
All right, so that means Scott is the secret agent, his alter ego, because he's
Okay.
the 007.
Okay.
All right, so what are Laird and Steve?
I don't.
What's your alter egos?
You're the
So, like, Steve is a comedian, apparently.
Apparently.
Steve plays both sides.
Yeah.
Now, I do have some more viewer questions. So, Tara Lorraine also asked, like, when you go down to like the Mug and Anchor, what is your go-to order? So, what are your recommendations for anybody that heads on over to Nova Scotia and goes to the Mug and Anchor, because it's a must-stop for anybody that loves the show?
Naturally.
I always get the black and salmon.
Mm.
That's scallops.
Their hamburgers are good. I think to be fair, their food in this area is, I think, one of the better places.
Food in Mahone Bay is good.
Yeah, like the food there is good. They do have good pub food.
The mug and anchor burger is good.
Yeah. I haven't had a burger.
Same as Mary does.
I don't think I've ever had a
pulled pork on it.
Yeah.
It's
So, scallops, we got salmon and
Burger.
burgers.
That's a wide spread.
I mean, it sounds like any.
How's the poutine? That's what I'm most worried about.
They don't have poutine.
What is wrong?
I thought everywhere in Canada had that.
I know. It's
That's more of a Quebec thing.
Oh, we get it here.
Yeah, worse. Eric could forget it.
I mean,
Local public goods. Yeah.
All right. Hey, you want to bring up that question from
this
Cindy?
one?
Cindy
Yeah,
Bussey?
I thought Cindy had a great question. She wanted to know if anybody did a face plant in the mud or swamp this year.
Do we have a camera? Didn't Kyle do
Kyle
that?
did.
Kyle,
So
Uh,
they-
did you just reveal a
Cameraman?
new cast member? Did we catch something?
No, I had some windy times in the swamp with Charles. Nobody fell down.
Not like your episode last year where everybody gets stuck and everybody got
Yeah,
stuck
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to get everybody unstuck.
I don't think anybody fell this year. You fell last year.
I've done this one a few times, but not this year.
I have a question for Laird.
Ooh.
How many archaeologists are on the island this year?
Yep.
that means 72.
Right?
Here, same as last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So a small army is what I'm hearing, which is
They're
great,
everywhere. They're everywhere.
right? Oh yeah. How big did your trowel come out at the end of this year?
I have a variety of different sizes. I don't use my old trowel now. I have a new one.
Well, I mean, at the end, the beginning of the year, we talked about your new special trowel that was coming, that was all beautiful, and you explained by the end of the season, it's usually like a very small pizza slice. I was wondering if it stood up to everything you had hoped it would be.
Oh yeah. No, it's going to take a lot of digging to wear that one down.
The one you used today was very small.
That's the new one too.
Okay.
Yeah. Jack gave me one, and then I have a bigger version of that one.
Did Scott get in on the troweling this year?
Pardon me?
Did Scott get in on the troweling this year?
I don't think I did any of the troweling this year.
Did some digging.
Yeah.
Did some digging. So with a Billy trowel.
Not with a Billy trowel, but also with a shovel. I was Laird Shovel Monkey today.
Yep.
Shovel monkey. That's a new one for me, a shovel monkey. I've decided then that Laird's alter ego must be Batman, because he would have to have quite the utility belt for all those trowels. Besides, if you're Batman, you can be filthy rich.
I was going to say, I bet he's, got just as much money as Bruce Wayne, right?
That would fit in on the island.
It's all that gold, right?
Well, now everybody can be their own version of Batman after they find this gold, right?
That's true.
There you go.
That's true.
All right. So Trisha Monaco, one of our good friends and listeners, she just had like a statement basically. She said she noted that Rick was looking really awfully happy in the previews with Maddie Blake. So she's suspecting lots of good stuff this year. Any reaction?
Haven't seen the preview.
Well, I mean,
have you seen Rick happy?
He just.
Yes.
So was he in a good mood this year? Is that the feeling you got?
Oh, it's Oak Island. It's up in his day.
It's this.
A roller coaster ride of emotions. I get it. So did it end on a high? Oh, well, actually,
It's not over.
last year you were rapping when
we're still there, yeah.
And you're still there.
Who's rapping?
Wicka wicka. That's all I got. A hip hop, a hip to the hip to hip hop. No,
We're still going strong. So.
What was that?
you said they're still going.
Cool. That's good to hear. All right. So Joseph Kamak, I hope I said that last name right. What is the plan with the island after you find the treasure? Like, not saying that you did, not saying you didn't, you're not saying that it's this year, next year, 10 years from now. Like, let's say you found a big treasure. Do you know what's going to happen on the island? Any word?
Logistics.
Disappear.
Not you. On the future of the island.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to. It won't matter. I'm on a boat.
Rick's goal, I guess we could say this. Rick's goal, his ultimate goal, is to preserve the island. And the history and the mystery, and having a place for people to come and see. I mean, we have a museum there. We're working on building an archive, compiling stuff for an archive, which we hope to open in the future. So it's going to be, hopefully it lives on for some time.
Dustin's got lots of ideas for making it a attraction, if you will, especially with the Steve-sized dig in the money pit.
Yeah. Do you remember last year, Steve, before the season started, you suggested, I don't remember how big, like 200-foot wide, 300-foot deep hole.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
200 feet wide, 230 feet deep.
okay.
Yeah, because he remembers things.
He's a numbers guy.
When you ask him to do something,
I do all kinds of things. I just do them early.
What kind of hole did you recommend this year, Steve?
Oh, I would go at least that big. Big,
So the issue is, what do you do with the dirt?
just build
Where's it go?
New Island.
a,
Build an adjacent. That's little
doesn't
some environmental repercussions.
Make a northern drumlin. Easy.
there are some hurdles of a big dig. We have looked at it. We've gotten some quotes from people. We've had people on the island to give us some advice. But there's some hurdles to make something like that happen.
Well, I would love it if it did. I think any viewer would. But if it did happen,
Not saying those hurdles can't be done. Not saying that we won't do it.
yeah. Well, I'm
Or
just
that it didn't happen.
People think that it's just easy, just go in and start digging a big hole.
Oh gosh.
No way.
Like Deidre and I, we've dug for buried treasure in a 4-foot hole, 4 foot deep, 4 feet wide. It's hard to do. I can't even imagine 200 feet deep or whatever it would be. But let's say you did. Let's say it happened, and the treasure was found. Like
There's a big hole left in the ground.
Wonka style. Well, I mean, a little more elegant or modern than Wonka, but like the glass elevator. You get in, you pay $50 to go down to the bottom of the money pit. And then, even if, of course, everything would probably be removed at that point, but I would pay $50 or $100 just to just to say I've been at the bottom of the money pit. That'd be epic.
You have a water issue that you got to deal with too. You can pump the ocean dry, but you need a place to put it.
Yeah, I don't know, like how they build the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean,
That's true.
The towers are like in the ground. I mean, they make it so that it's watertight.
And we know
somehow, right?
Vanessa knows how to do
Yeah,
that.
she knows
We
how
had
to
a
do
long
that.
conversation with her about California and some piers.
Yeah, she built.
Side note, she was supposed to be named Deidre. I'm just saying.
Oh, really?
We got a connection.
They just did a job in Hawaii with large cans, 300 and some feet deep.
Oh my gosh.
Piers or bases for a monorail.
Cool.
They
Cool
did the
ROC.
basement of Treasure Island in not the basement, the foundation of Treasure Island in
San Francisco?
nope,
No.
Vegas.
Vegas. Oh, yeah,
So,
that's right.
Treasure hunting's already in the family,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, she's cool. We're like we've seen. I think she posted something on Face or on Instagram, that picture of her next to one of the hammer grabs that
The
was on the island
claw.
this year or something. So, I mean, I'm guessing we see her again. We're excited for that because we missed
we
Vanessa.
do.
But something else we missed is just what's that?
Nothing.
Vanessa who?
No, he said you have no idea. I heard that.
Well,
Put that in your quotes. Deidre has supersonic hearing.
I'm just excited for things to maybe get a little bit back to normal, because last year was so.
That's a relative term
I know,
anymore.
but yes, last year was strange. I mean, the first episode, we watch it, and I think who was it? Doug and Charles were talking to each other from like 20 feet away from each other, and I'm sure you guys have like a lot of safety precautions out there on the island, which just makes it, we watch a lot of other TV too, and people don't have to be 20 feet away from each other anymore. So it's going to be nice to have a little more normalcy, I think.
One word I wouldn't use for this year is normal.
Okay. Well, that actually excites me now.
Classic Oak Island.
As far as safety goes, I mean, they really do a good job to keep us safe on the island. I mean, whatever, I don't know, call Bruce, but he goes above and beyond, make sure that everybody is safe and where they need to be, and has everything available to them. And for COVID, I mean, when we're not on camera, there are masks going around in the communal places. There is social distancing, like in lineups for lunch and stuff like that. We do testing on the island you can get tested at any point in time, any day, but we do regular testing several times a week. Everybody on the island. So it's good. I mean, we're kind of our own little bubble there.
Yeah. Very cool.
Fantastic.
I'm glad you guys were all taking it seriously and whatnot. So that's cool. And
it was a bit of a delayed year again this year, last year as well. And almost came early, and things didn't get started till late. So.
Something I wanted to touch on that we've been sharing and really has been awesome is the fundraiser that's going on for Christmas Daddies. And so that is a foundation or whatever we're not really super familiar with here in the US. So when someone mentioned it to me, I was like, what is
that?
What is
awesome.
That it sounds really awesome from what we understand. And so kind of what they do or any of that, if you guys could tell us about it, that would be great.
You're the point guy. Yeah, so they reached out. Christmas Daddies is a charity here. I call it one of the big two in Nova Scotia because it's a huge charity. The other one being the IWK, which is a children's hospital. Christmas Daddies reached out to Laird and I 2 years ago, I would say. They reached out again over the last winter. December, January. They gave me a call. We set it up. Basically, we said, hey, what can we do? It's easier if we donate something. So they come up with the idea, maybe get 2 shirts or 2 hats. We'll sign them. We'll auction them off. Now, to be fair, they said, they did comparables of other TV shows, and they thought the hats would bring between $2,000 and $4,000 each. We've got one at $16,000 right now. That's one, which is great. So I'll explain the charity very briefly. Scott and Laird can fill in. For every $100, it helps a family, so it goes towards per child have a Christmas. So that would go towards the dinner, go buy a gift. I think each gift is $100. So each family that can't afford it in Nova Scotia, I think it's Maritimes, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the 3 maritime provinces. So that's New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island for the Americans who don't know that. It would go towards helping families and children have a Christmas.
So then right now, I know Dale's been doing the promotion. So we have there's the 2 signed hats, one of them that is going to be auctioned off live. What is the date? Do you have that off the top of your head?
December the 4th, I believe. Oh,
no, it's shortly after the premiere.
15.
Maybe it's November the 15th.
I think that's right. So I know that's going to be auctioned off live. And then for anybody on the other hat who buys in, it is for every $5 you donate, it goes into a drawing for the hat, right? So, oh no, I know there's a lot of you out there that have donated. Can someone please throw into the chat the link? Please. Thank you, friends. We heart you. And another important thing is, so the hat that is getting drawn for, I need to know your opinion. We need a vote. Is it purple or is it pink?
I think it's pink. I'm colorblind, so that's going to be these 2.
I'm going to say mauve if you're colorblind. There you go.
Okay, the website says it's purple, so it
looks pink to me.
It's been a great debate around here, so it's very important to clarify.
That's a super cool charity. I mean, it's really cool what they're doing. I think it's kind of like Toys for Tots in America, right?
So, yeah, we do that here as well. You're right. It's very close. And we kind of made a mistake earlier. The draw for the first hat that Dale been selling tickets on is on the 15th. On the 4th, as you remember, the telethon is. You're on television live for 6 hours.
Wow.
They have a bunch of stuff, and there's local entertainers on there doing their thing, and people call in and donate in memory of people or something else. It's a really great charity.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Awesome.
And I know they're doing the live draw with our wonderful friends over at the Curse of Oak Island and beyond. So another fellow set of podcasters. So if you guys want to see the live drawing, check out with Jeff, JFree906, who is in the chat, right? And he had actually a really good question.
Did he? Oh, this one right
here. Yeah. This one was particularly for Steven. Want to know if you added a bunch of drill holes to my map.
You'll have to wait and see. You can assume the answer is probably yes, but you'll have to wait and see. You might be busy updating the map.
No, I mean, yes.
No, that's exciting.
Do you know how exhausting? I mean, it's a lot of work to try to copy Steve's stuff and put it into a whole mapping database. It's a lot. It's a lot of
work to copy Steve's work.
It is a lot of work to copy Steve's homework. I mean, more or less.
Why? Because when that drill finishes, we gyro the hole, and before the drill moves, we need that plotted. Choose the next location. So it's
right. The drill program is much quicker than I think that you see on TV. It happens fast, and the decisions happen fast. So the gyro has aired. It aired in season 6. I begged them to air it again. I hope they do air it this year. They probably won't. But we have a tool that runs down the hole. It gives us the 3D declination. We call it the 3D dip of the hole. No hole goes straight. The average hole runs about 2.5 feet on average, which is pretty straight. Think of it, 2.5 feet over a couple hundred feet is pretty good.
It's pretty good for a well that deep, yes.
Yeah. So, but that changes the direction of where we want to move, because if where we want to move is now the bottom hole where the surface hole would be, we adjust on the fly. And say we've hit a structure, that adjusts what we do. So it happens really fast. So Scott and I run the gyro, we plot it in 3D space, we add any wood hits or we had any artifacts or whatever, and that dictates where we move, and it happens fast.
This gets downloaded, plotted on paper, and the next hole planned in the amount of time it takes the drills to pour out of that hole.
Which is like half an hour. It happened, and it's like all hands on deck with the end of the hole. It's Scott, myself, Greg. Those are the big ones. Rick sometimes if he has time because Rick has pulled in so many different directions. Who else is part of that? Really, that's it. You and I and Craig, and then Terry, Charles.
Yeah, Charles spends a lot of time at the drill table.
So
with Terry
And the drill.
they don't have much saying in they just do.
Yeah.
But it is quick. We meet, and for the most part, it's Scott and I and Craig. We decide where to move based on the current hole and what happened in that hole. It is when the drill program's running, there is no words to describe how busy Scott and I are on that, because we're trying to do all the rest of our jobs and keep the drill moving too.
I mean,
Sweet.
I'm all about the efficiency, so I'm a fan.
That's one thing I think we have dialed in pretty good.
The
There's
drill program.
very little downtime. There's a bit of a struggle sometimes when production wants to do something. This has to keep moving. It costs a lot of money to have that drill there, and we have a limited time to drill to get the answers that we want, so we can plan our next move. Whether it's the drill or pace-ons or anything like that, we have a small window, and we need to take advantage of that time.
Yeah.
So, like Scott, as the project manager, you're just like, you have to make sure everybody is nice and efficient. Yeah, like cracking that whip. So we appreciate you for doing so.
It's a lot of work. I stand in as his body double in case you didn't know. That way Scott can get twice as much done. All about the efficiency.
Put a lot of miles on the run of a day.
Yeah, I would like to see maybe this next year, all the guys should be tracking their steps so we can watch them compete. Really get a good idea of how much shoe leather they burn. Maybe Columbus.
I wonder who would have the highest number.
I don't know.
Probably Rick.
Scott would walk most on the island. Scott or Rick, probably, I would say.
Because you just said Rick has pulled in so many directions. I mean, imagine he's just like back and forth.
Right. Do you want to?
Yeah, we got a question that was sent to our messenger, actually, from Sandra Lord. It says, how have the artifacts found on Oak Island suggest a change in the traditional historical story of the area?
Say that again.
All right. How have the artifacts found on Oak Island suggest a change in the traditional historical story of the area?
I think from my mind, it's things are focused on the money pit. And I think now you can see with Smith's Cove and Swamp and other places being pulled away from the money pit as a focus and looking in other areas.
It goes back to last year. I think it's Final War Room last year. We did a presentation based on just the artifacts found. I think that aired. We talked about how Gary's finds have patterns. They do change the search agenda and almost the complexity of the island, right? If there's a big find, and then we focus on that area to see if we can find other finds. So it does change, and it changes everything, really, right? It changes maybe the who was there and why type of thing. So the finds do dictate a lot of the W's, as we're called.
Yeah, it's changed the historical narrative that everybody's known in the past, and it's shows there's a lot that we really don't know.
And the smallest artifact can really change, like the cross, for example. Changes what you think about it.
Yeah. That must have been a crazy day when that one was found. Upend everything.
No, you said they move them. I'm thinking about moving away from the money pit because Laird is not a fan of the money pit.
I would have approached the money pit in a little bit different. Yes.
So we talked about this last year. What would Laird do? WWLD.
So what was that do?
If he was put in charge of the money pit, and because they potentially Rick and Marty weren't going to be able to get over, and someone had to run point. But I'm assuming they didn't put you in charge and let you run the money pit to start, Laird.
No, they kept me away from the money.
Well, Marty says it's the Fellowship of the Dig, not the Fellowship of the Trowel. Sorry, Laird, you know.
He has his own division. So Scott, you're in charge, kinda. What would you do in the money pit if you had your own choice?
I think we do pretty much everything that I want to do. I mean, ultimately, I'd love to do a big dig, but because of logistics, things like that, we have to have a good reason to do so. So,
How big of a dig would you go?
I would say 100 feet would do it. Steve likes to be a little greedy.
We're not paying for it. For one, you need to be 200 feet from the money pit. 100 feet.
We'll find out. I guess we have more work to do yet before we can put a number on.
Ah,
We don't need to do it.
That's right.
We've had a very good year. Let's leave it at that.
so how do you feel about the idea that Noah's Ark is in the swamp?
There's a couple guarantee on that.
Oh.
There's no way that would have aired. I did not see Noah's Ark, and I may have that.
Like
There's no way I said that, but I may have.
with or without the animal.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't. I mean, I would say that, but they wouldn't air. Sure, they would.
You said there was a ship in the money pit.
No, I didn't.
This year you did.
I did not say
Is that in Laird's book of quotes?
I don't have that one.
In the money pit?
There's no way I said no.
No. Yeah. I'm gonna start recording these. I'm gonna put a GoPro in my hat. So we have live video.
So it's a Steve cam, kind of like, you tune into the live penguin cams at the zoo.
Reality show in a reality show.
It's a bunch of nesting dolls. Fantastic.
Yeah, I've got a question from Dan Myers.
Dun dun dun.
So Dan, this one's for you. You guys' family, we don't want to get too personal or anything, but do they enjoy you guys being on TV? Do they enjoy you guys being part of this big show? I think we've asked maybe you guys that a little bit, but didn't get, we haven't got Scott's reply. What does your family think about you being on the show, Scott?
Well, my kids kind of think it's neat, I guess. We're not big TV watchers, so.
Still kind of neat, right?
Oh yeah, I guess they probably friends at school, whatever. I think my youngest daughter was telling her teacher about that I was on Oak Island or something like that. And she didn't know where I was. And she didn't really think she was serious, right? Until she saw me on TV.
Oh, that's pretty hilarious.
You kind of.
I mean, you're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, you're kind of a big deal. Kind of a boss out there,
Yeah, I heard there was like a Scott Barlow fan page about to go up on Facebook for those of you that are wanting to follow along.
I'll follow that.
Yeah, me too.
I used to have one of those back in my racing days.
Oh, did you?
It was more of a
Wrestling days, is that what I heard? Oh, Scott, we must know more.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
So,
All her fault, just a bunch of people that we raced with.
I feel like this must be dug up, and
You can't find it. I looked. It's not there anymore.
Oh,
that sounds like a challenge. And I promise I'll find it.
Deidre's a treasure hunter. I mean, she'll dig up the past. She gets.
Oh yeah, the Scott Barlow Appreciation Day page event. I mean, there'll be a page, so follow along, guys. Keep an eye out.
Hey, so I actually have my own question about social media, I guess.
Oh,
so,
that's true.
do you guys have a favorite social media connection to like anybody on the island? Like I don't know.
Who do you like to follow?
Yeah, who do you like to follow? Is there anybody that on social media that you're like, oh man, I love following this person because they post great or funny or insightful things?
You mean Oak Island or outside?
Yeah, Oak Island, really.
Both,
yeah.
Because
okay.
I mean, I'm kind of curious of what the outside of the island is.
Because I like to follow like Laird's archaeology page.
Mhm.
Like
I haven't been doing much of that.
yeah.
I'm a big Gordon Ramsay fan.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, they should.
You just like to yell at people, or
I'm essentially Gordon Ramsay.
Is he in Oak Island?
No,
We said both. It's okay.
Gordon Ramsay's a super famous chef. I'm a big Gordon Ramsay fan, so I
I thought we were saying on Oka.
they said or outside. Future gave us the option to jump.
Both.
Most of us follow each other on Facebook or Instagram. It's I think on the island, most people are Facebook friends or followers, so that's just a given.
But do you have a favorite? And why?
Oh, my favorite is me.
Because you think you're hilarious.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Everybody posts some good stuff. It depends on what you like and who your friends are on the island. Everybody gets along on the island, but I like to see Scott's post because he posts about his family. I like to see Laird's post because he posts about his family and stuff like that, right? So people you're close with, you like to see their stuff.
Sounds good.
Very diplomatic. Scott, who do you like to follow and why?
Nobody in particular.
Me, because I'm hilarious.
I follow, my friends, whatever. I follow some photography pages because I like photography. I like nice pictures. I follow some motocross racing and some drag racing groups, whatever, or websites.
Very cool.
Awesome.
That's probably it.
That's probably it. It's good stuff. We're learning about hobbies.
Yeah,
all
we're
these
learning about your
fun
interests. This is great.
things that you've never heard about Scott before. You heard it here first. That could it be an O'Callaghan podcast? Laird, your turn.
Oh, I do archaeology, ceramics, and Second World War.
And I'm not surprised actually by
Very cool.
what we were trying to get at is we have a favorite.
Yeah, we do. Chris Morford.
Oh my gosh.
He posts some really cool stuff, and his family's beautiful.
And he's hilarious.
and
The
he is
captions are on
hilarious,
point
I
every
think everybody
time.
should go out and follow Chris Morford. He's great. A lot of other people are really great too, but his to me stands out.
I think we're all big Chris Moore.
Yeah, everybody on the island likes him. He is a
Really
good
good
researcher. And when he puts his theory together or his research together, it is well documented, well thought out. I have not busted the Chris Morford theory. I've busted a lot of theories hard.
It sounds like you're a crusher of dreams now, taking a page out of Laird's book.
I can be a crusher of theories. Yeah, Laird crushes our souls. I crush theories' souls, but I cannot crush Chris Morford.
Well, Chris
Good.
Morford's so hilarious. You can't crush his soul. I need to see his beautifully insightful puns.
Yeah, he's fun.
He's hilarious.
He's fun. All right, so it's kind of time.
It is.
He's just gonna pour herself one more glass of wine, but we'll probably have to get her to drink it off the air. But
I haven't even been through half a bottle. I don't want to hear it.
All right, so is there anything else you want to say before we go? Anything at all? Just go for it.
You guys are going to enjoy the show. Watch Going Down. I think it's going to be a good one. You should see all three of us in tonight's, I think. I think we're all in something.
No idea.
I think so.
They do. The show is always good. I mean, anybody look at the following it is. The people that make the show and the crew on the island that film it and stuff, like the audio guys, the PAs, everybody. It's a great crew.
Yeah.
They work well together and they do a fantastic job. As you can see, one of the show has the ratings like this for as long as the show is. And there's a reason for that. That's because of the people that put the show together.
Yeah, what doesn't come across is all of us together.
Yeah.
Right. And how much that means to us.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys saw how many hours of footage was actually taken on the island just to make an episode, or you think they make 22 episodes, 24 episodes, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage. It blows my mind that we could be 6 months into it, and then all of a sudden they're jumping back to the first week looking for something. Like, how do you find that stuff? How do you insert it? It's an art itself, and it's amazing.
We still need a blooper reel.
Oh,
I think
I think there must be 2 seasons.
We have a lot of bloopers. Just the stuff that we say on the camera that we can make bloopers.
Yeah.
It would be hard to cut around some of the things that we talk about.
It's true.
Because we'll talk about something very serious, and then we'll throw in some jokes, which we know will never air, and then we'll go back and we'll talk about something serious. So they can make bloopers just off stuff that we say.
So you get basically a whole season or 2 just of bloopers. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. They could do a season of bloopers.
A few episodes of Garyisms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I proposed last year was an Oak Island animated series.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to happen. You guys can voice all of your own characters. It would be
Yeah.
awesome, educational. I mean,
Scott's not going for it. Look at his face.
I'm down. I can just sit here and talk. It'd be great. I would love it.
As opposed to any other day.
I was gonna say.
You'd make a great cartoon character.
I would make a great
So,
cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
well, we did there was that app where you put somebody's face into it and it turns them
Well,
into
you
a
guys did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that last year, and everybody looked so good. Especially Dr. Ian Spooner. He his picture translated really well to that. He looked like a Pixar character. It looked
He was
perfect.
made for Pixar.
I think he sort of looks like a living Pixar character.
I think you could be Rocket Boy. Remember Rocket Boy?
I love Rocket Boy.
Yeah, I think you could be Rocket Boy. There you go. There's a project for you.
Okay,
Yeah,
Gage are good on it.
I've heard of that and some bubble guppies. So
Favorite cartoon?
Yeah, so that's why. You looked in the mirror.
I could do that.
guys, when you have wonderful ideas for me to Photoshop, you should be sending them to me. Like,
Yeah.
I need
He's like, there you go.
Astro Steve.
well, there's a whole book on Steve apparently.
Apparently.
So I guess we could do a whole blooper show on Steve.
Yeah. Marketing's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Available to a select audience near you.
Is that, what does it have to come with, like one of those censorship ratings?
Mhm.
Oy vey. Okay, so I guess
Be blank. So
Yeah.
Ooh, Houston, Texas Dave says an Oak Island comic book. Should do it.
ooh,
It's just leaving money on the table at this point, you guys. Like,
Right?
that's just printing money. We have all these good ideas for you.
that's illegal. Don't print money.
yeah, we signed contracts.
That's right.
You sign contracts that you can't print money.
We can't make money from the show.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
well, you're getting
if
paid.
they hire
I
you to
hope.
voice your character on the animated series, I mean, there you go.
Yes, other people.
All right, so I think we're done. Right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap
we
up.
need to let everybody get to Maddie Blake.
Get your snacks, get your dinner, all that good stuff, and then I think that's it, right?
Yeah. So hey, we want to say thank you so much to Scott Barlow, Steve Guptill, Laird Niven. Who I saw somebody in the chat earlier. I think it was Boki. Called them the Three Amigos. The Three Amigos of Oak Island. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. It means the world to us, and we are very excited to see what you guys find on Oak Island this season.
Woo, woo. All right, everybody, have a good night.
All right.
See you.
See ya.
Take care.